Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day five of my road trip. I'm down here, spent a great night in this drainage, and it was beautiful. The stars were out. Oh my gosh, it's spectacular out here. Slept really well, avoided any weather or the wind, didn't get killed by a flash flood. That's a win. So now I need to crawl out of this hole and head up to the road and see if I can't get some gas. I'm still pretty low on gas. I've let the car warm up. It seems really happy. I checked the oil, added a bit of oil this morning, checked the coolant, everything's really good. But I've let it warm up so that I can basically hit this hill first thing in the morning. So I gotta get out of camp, I gotta get out of this wash, and then I'm gonna tackle that hill. Well, I managed to get myself good and stuck here. It shouldn't be too bad, but this wheel is all the way in the air. This one is buried in the front, and then on this side, I'm just digging in. I'm not getting traction on this rock, and then I'm fully stuffed over there. So a classic open differential situation. I'm gonna stack some rocks, or honestly, I might just shove this thing and see if I can get it to get some traction. A classic. Not enough flex, not enough traction, not enough lockers. I also haven't aired down yet. I'm gonna try to avoid it because I don't like having it aired down for the roads up there. It's just not necessary, but we'll see how far I get. So that's the worst of it. Now I just need to climb up out of this whole thing. All right, I think this is the only really hard section of this, and I made it down no problem, so hopefully I can make it up no problem. Stalled it. This thing's really weird to drive in for low because I don't want to slip the clutch, but you kind of have to. It wants you to be so much higher in the rev range than I'm used to for off-roading. I'm used to just letting the weight of the flywheel do the work, but here we are. All right, made it through the hardest section. Honestly, wasn't too bad. Now we're just gonna be in 4 low, creepy crawling up this thing. It's pretty steep. I'm just hoping I don't lose traction. Based on how this did in the lava beds in the Cinder Hill area, I think we'll be okay. It's just gonna be low and slow crawling out of here. Officially made it into the sunlight. We're about 2/3 of the way up this hill. Oh man, car's running great, temperature's doing good. This thing loves to climb these hills. Just as expected, Pajero Mini made it up no problem at all. Honestly, this thing just loves climbing up these hills. As long as you're okay going slow, it'll just go and go and go. I didn't have any issues with traction, which is great. But now I need to hit the road. I'm headed to Kingman today. I'm gonna go to Kingman, and then I've got to jump on the highway, unfortunately, but I'm headed to Vegas. I'm gonna go to the Hoover Dam, and then I'm gonna end up in Vegas, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do when I get there. Either I'm gonna hang out with my uncle, maybe grab some food. I'd really love some like Korean barbecue or all you can eat sushi or something fun, because we don't get that where I'm from, and so man, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. But anyways, with my mind on food, with my mind on dinner, I'm gonna head that way. I'm gonna try to get an early start. It's pretty early in the morning right now. The sun just kind of started to come up. So I'm gonna head to Kingman, hopefully get some fuel real quick in Kingman, and then head north to the Hoover Dam. So I'm cruising on this road, and it's been good. It's a mix of like some pretty rocky sections and then some like really chill sections. So you got to kind of be heads up because you'll be going on these really chill sections and then you'll hit the rocks. All right, fuel light just came back on. Yeah, I guess we'll see. We're still on a dirt road. It's going on and off. It's off again, but yeah, I think we're still 5 miles from Kingman. So, and 5 miles of four-wheel driving up and down these hills. So I guess we'll see. And it appears that right on cue, we are off the dirt and onto pavement. So that's a really good sign. We're also back in civilization. So I figure worst case scenario, if I have to knock on a door and get someone to lend me some gas or a ride to town, that's really not the end of the world. So I'm gonna shift out of four-wheel drive and bomb into Kingman. We made it, no problem. Welcome to, I have no idea where we are. But this gas station is huge. So yeah, great spot to do a health check on the Pajero, get some fuel, fill up my gas tank. I am not 100% sure if I would have made it without that extra 2 gallons. I probably would have been real close, but either way, we're here now, which is great. Get some fuel, and then I gotta make a plan for the route I'm gonna take up. All right, the grand total is only 6.8 gallons. So I'm going to the gas station here, and I turn around the corner and check this thing out. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for SEMA. This is so sick, man, to get to see stuff like this. What a cool build. So I'm all wrapped up here at the gas station. Didn't take as much gas as I thought, so maybe false alarm. Either way, that's a good indicator for me. I put about 7 gallons in it when I got here, so that would put me down at like 9 if I hadn't filled up with those extra 2 gallons. And out of a 10-gallon tank, it's just not worth the risk, knowing that this car has been sitting for a lot, hasn't been driven a lot. I doubt it's been run to empty a lot. There's a good chance that something's in the bottom of that gas tank, and I don't want to risk it in sucking that into the fuel pump and smoking this fuel pump, because that's not a repair that I really want to do today or on this trip. So now that I got gas, I filled up my jerry can with some extra fuel, so I should be good. But now I've got a pretty grueling 2 hours on a major-ish highway. There's a decent chance I'll see some pretty sweet builds. I already saw one here in the parking lot, headed up to SEMA. Today is Monday. SEMA starts tomorrow. So there are people who are getting there last minute, who are trailering things up there. I'm pretty stoked about it. But there's no other way around it. I've just got to get on the highway, and I've got to start cruising. So, hopefully it's not too far uphill. I don't know the elevation change, but either way, I've got my flashers ready to go. Got a good attitude, got some caffeine in me. We're gonna head to the Hoover Dam. I just checked the elevation drop from here to Vegas, and it's almost entirely downhill. I'm up at like 4,000 feet. I'm gonna drop down to like 1,300 feet. So that is a huge win. Not that I'm gonna be going the speed limit, but either way, it's just easier on the car, easier on me. That's a win. All right, let's go to Vegas. Today is more of the same on the highway. I am cruising comfortably at 65 miles an hour, between 60 and 65. I've got 100 miles to go. So it'll take me about an hour and a half, but the Pajero Mini is really happy. I'm cruising about 5,000 RPM, and I'm just choosing not to go above that. It is a double lane highway, so cars can pass me, and that's no big deal. I'm keeping up with the semi-trucks, and it looks like it's gonna be mostly downhill from here. I've already got some thumbs up from people. They're like stoked that I've got this little truck on the road. I got my flashers on. I'm locked and loaded, ready to have a good time. And I'm getting passed by trailers of people bringing cars to SEMA. It's pretty sick. I'm officially passing my first cars on the highway. Oh, it's pretty pointless because I think they're gonna end up catching me, but I'm just cruising up this thing, only 37 miles per hour, but I'm passing these guys, these semi-trucks. Pretty hilarious, man. The wind is definitely still a major factor. When it's blowing sideways, I'm all over the road. When it's blowing at me, I'm just slow. There's no two ways about it. I've just got to downshift and hang in there. Right now I've got a direct headwind, and yeah, the car is just slowing down a ton. So I might shift into fourth and see if I Well, I guess we'll just see how much longer this goes on. I've been on this road to Vegas for, I don't know, 30, 45 minutes or so. I still have another half hour to go. And it's just slow and steady. I'm actually going the speed limit. I'm going 65. The car is very comfortable in fifth gear, 65 miles an hour, 5,000 RPM. But it's just slow and the wind is pushing me around. So I'm having to really drive this thing and it's just wearing on you. But I figured I'd take some time right here to explain what the heck SEMA is. I've mentioned SEMA a couple times, and some of you guys know, and some of you guys are like, that's awesome, and some of you have no idea what it's about. So really simply put, SEMA is the largest automotive trade show, I think, in the world. And it happens in Las Vegas. There's like 150,000 attendees, something like 2,500 exhibits. The thing is massive. It takes place in November, and it's happening from Tuesday to Friday. And traditionally, the only way to get into the SEMA show is you have to have a reason to be there. You have to be involved in the automotive space, whether you're a shop or you sell a product or something like that. That's the only way you get into SEMA. It's supposed to be a trade show where people go around, they show off their products, you make connections in the industry. And so that's why there's so many cool builds going there. That's why so many famous people are going there, because it's the biggest trade show in the automotive world. So it's been a goal of mine to go to SEMA because of all the epic builds. There's a lot of YouTubers I follow that like will make builds all year long and get them to the SEMA show. And I thought, wow, it'd just be so cool to go. But you gotta have a reason to be there. You gotta have like a business. And so 2 years ago, I actually started a business and I've been doing little stuff on the side, and it just so happens that my business qualifies for me to get a pass to go to SEMA. So this year, I'm officially going. I'm so excited to walk around. I'm gonna just spend 2 days there, I think. Tuesday and Wednesday. I think on Thursday, I'm gonna take off and continue on this road trip. But I'm super excited to see a bunch of cool builds, but also hopefully meet some people that I've followed on YouTube for years and see people who are pushing the limits in the industry. It's gonna be a cool show for sure. So that's why I'm all the way out here making it to Vegas, because otherwise it's pretty out of the way and it's kind of unnecessary. And I don't like Vegas really. I don't like big crowds. I don't like big cities, but to me, this is worth it for sure. All right, just pulled off the highway and I'm gonna explore this little area called Kingman Wash. Found it on Onyx. It's supposed to get me out towards Lake Mead. Yeah, figure why not? Hit a dirt road. Just got off almost an hour and a half cruising on the highway, so I'm ready for a little break. Might just pull over here, let the car chill out for a little bit, and then go explore this wash. Let the Pajero Mini cool down for a little bit. It seems to be really happy, even though we just did almost an hour and a half on the highway at highway speeds. And I'm ready to hit some dirt and go exploring. I've got plenty of time today, and part of the reason that I did that is so I could do stuff like this. Explore this road, Kingman Wash. And so I'm gonna meander through here. I am aired down just for convenience, I don't think I'm gonna need it as far as traction, but man, it's so much softer and easier on the ride. So I'm aired down to about 10 PSI and ready to hit this track. This is my kind of sign right here. 4x4 recommended. I don't think I'll actually need it, but that's a fun thing. Just came around the corner here on the Kingman Wash Trail. Oh gosh, this washboard is annoying, but check out those kind of painted hills over there. Oh, this is so pretty. So I made it out here to Lake Mead, and this is a pretty easy little trail. It's fun, but yeah, super pretty place to hang out, eat some lunch. Drove my mini RC rock crawler around a little bit, and there's a wild donkey over here just walking around. It was hanging out next to someone's camp earlier, and now it's just chilling. So that's kind of fun to see some desert wildlife. But anyways, now that I'm here, I need to head back to the road, air up, and then hit the Hoover Dam. I've never been there before. I want to check that out. And then I need to make my way into town and actually get my registration pass for the SEMA show. So I'm back down at the highway using my little Harbor Freight compressor that I picked up the other day to air up these tires. This thing is so funny. It puts a significant draw on the alternator, and so I can like hear the motor idling down. It has to like compensate to keep up with this. So I'm gonna air these up to 30 PSI and hit the highway. Just like that, I'm officially crossing into Nevada. We've made it out of Arizona. All right, cruising out of Hoover Dam area. That was super cool. Never been here before. Just, yeah, really crazy place, all that water. The Pajero's getting so many looks. I had talked to a bunch of people who are going to the SEMA show tomorrow, and they're like, this thing's so sick. So I gave them some stickers and told them about the YouTube channel and stuff. But this thing's getting thumbs up everywhere. So already thrilled about it. Now I gotta go figure out how to register for SEMA. So, all right, I'm gonna head into Vegas and see how this thing handles in the city. I made it to Vegas, registered for SEMA. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow, I think. It's so weird to be here in the middle of the day. I've never actually been to Vegas. I've never been on the Strip or anything like that, but it's like 1:30 p.m., 2 o'clock, and it's like pretty dead. Traffic's not anything crazy. So I'm gonna drive around a little bit, and then I'm gonna head out to my uncle's place. That's where I'm staying. And then hopefully get that Korean barbecue I talked about earlier. And that's it for day 5. I made it to my uncle's house and we've just been hanging out all night. I didn't end up getting that Korean barbecue because I actually got one better. He had homemade Filipino food, which is so near and dear to my heart. I'm half Filipino. I honestly totally forgot that was an option. And so I'm thrilled that I get to spend the evening with him and just be here in Vegas ready for the SEMA show. So tomorrow is SEMA, and I'm not going to film a ton at the SEMA show. I just want to go there and enjoy it, honestly. And so I'll film a couple of videos here and there, but I'll really pick this up next time when I'm back on the road, which is going to be in 2 days. And I've got some really exciting stuff. I just got news from Instagram. I just hopped on there and found out that some of my friends from Bozeman are actually coming down to Sand Hollow, and they're bringing their legit wheeling rigs, and they're going to do some really hard stuff. So I'm going to meet them up there, jump in with one of their rigs and tool around, and hopefully, fingers crossed, hit a trail of my own in the Pajero Mini. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining me for day 5.